So E3 2017 is going to be quite an interesting one. Nintendo have definitely got to prove themselves with a Nintendo Switch coming right. Well, yes, the Nintendo Switch's very first event. So I think they'll have to go all in for this one. I think they're going to start the direct off with probably Splatoon and ARMS, mainly because they're releasing a week and a month after it. So they're going to have to, you know, with the push that E3 is, it'll generate a lot of attraction to those games if they show them off there. I don't think they'll show much though, because they already had a whole direct dedicated, well, most of a direct dedicated to them. But I think you might see a new mode or map for Splatoon 2, and then definitely a new character or two for ARMS. I'm not interested in either of the games, but that's what I think will probably happen. I think after that they might announce some Zelda DLC that'll be releasing that day because everyone loves to say it's out now and shock the crowd. But I mean, considering it's only a hard mode and a dungeon, like, well, not even a dungeon, just a challenge cave, I think they'll be easily get it done by E3. Um, I think afterwards we're probably going to see some Fire Emblem Warriors. Uh, um, I mean, they announced it what in February, in January was it? Yeah, January 14th, and we've only seen like a minute and a half CGI trailer, and hopefully that E3 will get a big blowout and see a ton of characters. Because in the trailer we saw 5 swords, which was Chrom. We already saw Chrom there. Ryomu, Alexander. What was the other two? It was the Falchion, Marth sword, and I can't remember what the fifth sword was. But they showed off a few swords, so we're definitely getting some characters. Hopefully Lucina Robin will be in there as well, and then I think the DLC will probably follow along the lines of Zelda, and that some of the older games will get characters eventually. But it will probably focus on Fate's Awakening, and then maybe even what was the new one called? Valantia, the new Valantia one. Uh, I can't remember what the real name is, but yeah, hopefully we're going to see some more Fire Emblem Warriors. Um, I think Xenoblade's going to be delayed to 2018, and I'm going to do a 2018 predictions video later, or maybe after E3, because I think they're going. What the Nintendo look like they're doing is they're going to have a first half of the year plan and then a second half of the year plan, and we've already seen that with Mario Kart, Zelda, ARMS, and Splatoon. That's the first half of the year, but I think the second half of the year is going to be what they're going to show at this E3. But I still think Xenoblade is going to get delayed to 2018. And I've heard talks, I think Reggie said that they're going to bring out a new IP, which have no idea what it could be. It could be another third-person game, even though they've got quite a few of them. It could be a 2D platformer, maybe some sort of new 2D platformer, and then they make that into a 3D platformer. But some sort of new IP, maybe with Ubisoft and that Rabbids game. But yeah, some sort of new IP will definitely get announced, even if it's just some small title. I doubt there'll be any Metroid. I don't think Metroid will be shown until 2018, and then it'll probably be a 2019 release. Because that game, they said they haven't worked. It was what, 2016, 2017. They had said they had no plans to make a Metroid or something, but I think they are working on one. I just don't think it's going to be, because they've already got a lot for this year and next year. But I can't think of what they would have to show in 2019. I think a Metroid would be a good game to fill out 2019. But I'll probably have an indie showcase where they go through all them indie games afterwards. I personally am looking forward to Wargroove, which is kind of like a Fire Emblem Command. Was it that game? Can't remember what the other one was called. Was it Advance Wars? Advance Wars looking game. That looks interesting because it looks like a different Fire Emblem with a lot of other unique mechanics inside of it. But yeah, I think we'll also see some Sonic Forces get shown as well. I mean, it's possible. And Sega could have their own thing where they show it off like they did with the reveal of Mania and was it? Yeah, the reveal of Mania and Forces. they could have their own show, but I definitely think it will be. They said that we're going to see this new character at E3, and that he has some sort of like unique gameplay based on time, and he looks like some sort of fox rabbit thing. But that should be interesting to see. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of third-party support, even if it's just from Ubisoft and EA. I definitely think there'll be some third-party support because there was rumors of a Rabbids RPG Mario game spinning around, and I think that's definitely going to happen at some point. Even if it's not this year, it could be 2019 game, like I said, or 2018 game, something to fill that space out. Personally, I think the Rabbids games are early 2018 because Ubisoft tends to have one or two big games in the early year and then one or two big games in the later year. Because look at For Honor and was it Tom Clancy? They've got two big games this start of the end. By the end of this year, we'll probably get an Assassin's Creed. And then what else have they got? I'm not sure. I'll have to do another separate Ubisoft video. But yeah, Ubisoft tend to. Oh wait, they got the yeah. I think this year they got the Fractured But Whole. That'll probably be their big title with Assassin's Creed at the end of this year, like they did last. I think Watch Dogs 2 was that big last year. And they planned to have Fractured But Whole alongside it, but they delayed it because for some reason. Because I think that's supposed to be a December 6th release. But anyway, I digress. That's Ubisoft. Um, yeah, some third parties. I think we're going to see some virtual shop. Um, Maybe Mother 3. I'm hoping for some. I really want to play some of the old Zelda games on the Switch. Some definitely 64 games, but it will probably be mainly revolved around NES and SNES games because they said that's what's going to be the free titles with their internet service, and I think we're going to see some internet service details as well because that would be interesting. Definitely interesting to see because I remember when Microsoft said backwards compatibilities at E3, and now we finally got Black Ops 2 on the Xbox One, and it's amazing how it's got so many 360 games. But yeah, I'd like to see some more Nintendo games come on Virtual Shop. Hopefully, they won't have to keep charging per console, and that will move on system to system because I've still got DS games I could move on to it. But anyway, I think Pokemon could make an appearance. I don't think we're going to get a main title Pokemon game unless it's the Stars HD. And even yeah, do you know that Sun and Moon HD Stars game? That's a possibility, but I think we're going to get some sort of spin-off like Colosseum for the Switch to start off with, and then they're going to have their next big Pokemon title is going to be a HD port of Pokemon Generation 4, hopefully Diamond. I wouldn't mind if it was just Platinum though. Even Platinum was the best one out of the three. But yeah, and they could also do some sort of I mean, they could still do one for the 3DS because the 3DS is what got a still base of 60 million something, and that's why they're still supporting it later on, like with Pikmin and Odyssey. And that game, what was it? Was it Oasis? Not Odyssey, Oasis. That does look interesting. So the DS has still got some interesting titles. So I can definitely see Pokemon still supporting it. But I think overall, at the end of the direct, it'll probably end with Mario Odyssey after all that. They'll probably have some, yeah, Mario Odyssey. And maybe announce, I don't know what else they can announce for it, but maybe some sort of unique suit for Mario, and maybe like a two-player, maybe some sort of amiibo support, or maybe Luigi's playable or something like that, because we didn't really see him in the first trailer for it. As for the surprise that they sometimes have it towards the end, because I remember when they announced Cloud and everyone was just shocked by the sight of him. But I think they could do something like that at the end of this E3 and say that there's going to be a direct Smash for Smash in late 2017, and I still think Smash is going to be an April 2018 game like Mario Kart, and each year they're going to have a Wii U port or some sort of Wii HD game. Because the Wii U had so many games for it and they hardly utilized it because of the install base, so I definitely think Smash is going to get some sort of HD port. But there's not really many characters that they could add to it because there's a ton of characters inside of it. It'll probably be Ice Climbers or Wolf, but I'd like to see Decidueye because they tend to add a Pokemon from each generation into it, except 5. But no one talks about 5, so um, yeah, there will be some sort of port, a Wii U port. I think for 2019 we're going to see some sort of HD Skyward Sword port, but yeah, that'll probably be a video for another time. Yeah, so there'll be some sort of port, and so yeah, I think they're going to start off recapping what I've just said. I think they're going to start off Splatoon 2 and ARMS, one of them two. Maybe not ARMS because that's got a week after. Or they could, but it's one of those two. Then they're going to say, hey, there's some Zelda DLC that day. FE Warriors and then Xenoblade Delay. We're going to see some of those games. New IP. I don't think they're going to see a Metroid. They're going to have some sort of indie like direct. Sonic Forces might show up. If not, they'll just show, something else because they've got a lot to show, and they'll probably be 60 minutes long. I can imagine it being 60 minutes long. Maybe maybe some type of third-party game with Ubisoft. I'd hopefully they don't show that FIFA game off. That'll be boring. So maybe Pokemon can make an appearance because Pokemon anything it sells like crazy. And yeah, I think it will definitely end with Mario Odyssey, no doubt. And especially because Mario Odyssey is their big title for the end of 2017. It's going to sell systems at Christmas, so they need to go strongly with it at E3. But yeah, thank you for listening. Me ramble about E3. If you've got any predictions or you disagree with me in any way, please type in the comments below. I'll probably respond. So yeah, thank you for watching.